Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me up there in the back? All right, good. Thank you. My name's Luke Blocher. I'm with the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. We are so honored to be here tonight and be hosting this event with Ambassador Tabaka's office. This film that you're going to see tonight truly would not have happened were it not at the very beginning for the inspiration of Ambassador Tabaka and his support, and then ultimately the entire office. And I really particularly want to thank two people, Abraham Lee, who I think is running around trying to make sure this event goes well, and Marissa Farai as well, two people who I think this film and this event would not be happening were it not for their efforts. Yes, please. I want to thank a couple other people very quickly, but they deserve long thanks, longer than I can give. I want to thank Google and Erica Swanson and Congresswoman Susan Molinari. Their support for this film really helped to make what you're going to see happen. And more broadly, their support for the Freedom Center and their friendship with the Freedom Center is something that sustains us every single day. So thank you both very much. I'd also want to thank, in a very deep and profound way, Justin Dillon and his writing partner, Shad Williams. Sorry. I want to say Shad's name correctly for the record, Shad Williams. Justin directed this film. Shad was his writing partner, and I got to know them and work with them closely over the summer months. And their creativity, their passion for justice, their insight should be evident to you in every minute of what you're going to see. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, first of all. First, to honor someone who deserves great honors and a true personal hero of mine in Gary Haugen. I think it was very clear from what he said, and everyone here knows why he is an incredible person, an incredible beacon of justice. And then I want to thank you all for being here to see our film tonight. I'm going to talk briefly about it, and then we're going to get started. The film is about 40 minutes. Afterwards, there's going to be a panel discussion. I want to thank two people who are going to be a part of that panel discussion, in addition to the people we've recognized already. Wade Henderson from the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights, and Julie Fernandez from the Open Society Foundation. If any of you don't know Wade already, I think you will by the end of the night, and you'll find yourself a better person for it. I know that I am a better person for it. We produced this film, we at the Freedom Center produced this film, which is a documentary, over the past summer, working closely with Justin and Fair Trade Pictures. It was featured during several dozen events, U.S. embassies in the fall, that were programs geared towards commemorations of the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, which was announced by President Lincoln on September 22nd, 1862. And this tonight is the domestic premiere of this film. We, of course, hope this film and intend this film will be seen by many more people tonight in this country and around the world. Journey to Freedom tells the stories of two men sold into slavery under similar circumstances and to similar effect, but 150 years apart, and 150 years and over a half a world apart. As their stories proceed in parallel, the film reveals the network of heroes, the networks of people in both eras whose courageous decisions to stand up to injustice helped bring freedom to the enslaved. In showing the similar roles that these abolitionists played then and now, we hope to inspire people to take up this cause and empower them to believe that individuals acting in networks can bring an end to systems of slavery. In this way, this film really embodies the mission of the Freedom Center. That mission is to tell the stories of freedom's heroes from the era of the Underground Railroad through to contemporary times, to challenge and inspire people to take courageous steps for freedom today. At the heart of this mission and at the heart of this film is the conviction that engaging with history can powerfully and uniquely impact movements to advance justice today. The power of engaging with history is not seen merely in the knowing of history and the remembering of history, although that is critical to any society, nor is the power solely in the learning of how history's lessons apply to matters today, although in any challenge and any injustice we are facing, it is critical to do so. No, the conviction at the heart of the Freedom Center and the conviction at the heart of this film is that the most powerful impact of engaging with history is also its most personal. It is that to engage with history, to truly engage with history, is to know that you are not alone. The great American writer James Baldwin said this better than I or just about anyone else could. He wrote, "You think your pains and your heartbreaks are unprecedented in the history of the world, but then you read. It was books that taught me that the things that tormented me were the very things that connected me with all people who were alive or who have ever been alive." Baldwin was writing in part about the strength he drew from history when confronting the racism and anti-gay discrimination he faced in mid-20th century America. But in his eloquent description of personal inspiration, he captures the deep, profound, and universal impact that history can have on the individual standing up for change. It is the knowledge that in choosing to fight injustice, no matter how difficult the task may seem, you are not alone, but are part of a timeless struggle for human freedom and dignity. That when you stare up at a mighty wall of oppression, you aren't stuck on the ground by yourself, but are standing on the shoulders of giants, famous and unknown, who've taken on these fights before you. That's the point of the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center, and that's the point of this film. We ask that you demand something better. Then we let you know that when you do stand up and decide something has to be done, that you're not alone, that you walk with heroes, and that is how the world changes. We hope that you enjoy this film, and then afterwards you look at the world and your role in it a little differently. And with that, I'll give you Journey to Freedom.